Okay. And let's see. Okay. I'm looking at my notes here. All right. Just one moment. Okay. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, so Erish, who has heard all sorts of commotion going on, sprints from the generator shed towards the cabin. That's about a 200-meter distance. Um, so here at the end of the second round, the cavern floor between the dais and the ladder bulges. And you see us. This is for Alexa and Petra and Xavier. You can see it, but you just can't move. You see a small, dark sack, like something that you would expect to be filled with spider eggs or something. It's not a sack in the usual sense. It's biological. It's about the size of a fist, and it pulses up through this kind of weird networked carpet of material with filaments parting around it like water around a stone. And you guys can feel warmth coming from it and see it pulse. Um, you're not sure what it is, but think about the weird spider egg like things you saw in Alien. That's what it looks like. Um, it's between the ladder and the dais. It's not, but it does not block anyone's movement. It's 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 small, so getting around it or stepping over it would be perfectly something you guys could do right now. So we are beginning round three now. So if everyone could give me their initiative rolls, please.
That is D6.
That is a d6.
Hmm.
Let me try. Okay, yes, it doesn't love me. I rolled a
All
2.
right.
I also rolled a 2.
Okay, so let's see. So Alexa rolls a 2. Petra rolls a 2. Me do my roll. All right. Let's see.
Okay, so me having an agility of +3, does that affect my initiative?
Let's see. No, I don't think that actually applies in the Red Room
Okay, just checking.
games. So let's see. Mar Hawkman, you got a 5. So okay. Let's see. Oh, Miguel, did you roll?
No, I didn't. And I rolled badly as usual. So the total is 4. No, 2.
Okay. Okay. So let me double check something real quick, and then I can give you the initiative order. Okay, let's see. Right. Okay. So each side rolls 1d6. So if I was doing side-based initiative, it would be 1d6 plus the highest agility bonus. But I'm doing individual initiative in this case because it might matter where people come out individually. Okay. Let's see. So based on the order I see, if I use individual initiative, so Xavier, you're frozen. You were first in the initiative order. So the next in initiative order will be, hold on. There's actually a couple other rolls I need to make. Sorry, it's actually this is what they call the wake or awakening. And once that happens, there's a number of things that go off. Okay. So let's see. So Xavier, I'm not going to ask you for your declaration of your action because it does not matter for you. Petra, what is your action?
Try to break the grapple.
Okay. Alexa, what is your action?
I'm going to attack.
Okay. Let's see. So I'll determine the other ones. Friedrich, what are you going to do outside?
Um, is Torbjorn still in range?
He is.
I will shoot him.
Okay. All right. And let's see. There's something over here I need to unplug because it keeps responding to me when I'm not talking to it. You know, the problem with living in the age of AI is that it's kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right.
There's a story I read back in the early 2000s where it's this high-tech futuristic setting where AI technology is everywhere, but the general population refers to them as artificial idiots.
Well, that actually makes a lot of sense. So let's start with Petra. Petra, to break the grapple, you need to do a strength check. Roll d20, add your strength bonus, and tell me the total. Alexa, of course, this is a melee attack with your
Mhm.
Thule degen. Roll your attack roll, which is your d20 plus your melee combat of 1 plus your strength modifier 1. So that's d20 plus 2.
16.
Okay, so you hit. So you do 1d8 plus 1. You actually do 1d8 plus 4 damage according to what I have in the rules. What was your roll there, Amy? Oh, you rolled a 1?
Yes.
Okay. Unfortunately, yeah. You do not break the grapple.
And 5 for damage. 5 plus, you said 4, right? So it's a 9.
Nine points of damage. Ouch. Let's see. Friedrich. You roll a d20 plus 2. And tell me your result. Okay. That's going to be a miss.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. All right. Let's see. So, let's see. Hold on. Okay, that works. And I need to roll 3 more rolls. Let's see. So, okay. Let me see if, okay. So he goes ahead and does. So, Petra, you take 1 point of damage from constriction from Magnus because he's constricting you with this kind of distorted tendrils he's infected with. Okay. And you get a few other things. And the claw, which hits automatically when he has you grappled, does 4 points of damage. So that's a total of 5 points of damage to Petra.
Okay.
Right. All right, here we go. Oh, shoot. Alexa and Petra, the dais pulses again. Both of you make your wit rolls and tell me your total. Remember, you get to add your wits bonus to your D20 roll.
13.
Oh. 4.
Okay. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, Amy, you're not having a great start to the session, are you?
No.
Well, I will say, guys, this is probably the most dangerous single encounter you've had since you started playing these characters. This is actually, there are two extremely dangerous encounters that can happen in this adventure, which are not necessarily required to happen, but can. And this is the second, believe it or not, this is the second most dangerous. So there is a certainly, it's certainly dangerous.
Well, we're here to play test it, so hey.
It is a play test, guys. That's the whole point. I may end up changing some things after this. You never know. So let's see. The little girl Liv is still alive, believe it or not. She is badly hurt, but she is still alive.
Are you trying to make me feel bad for attacking Isabel?
In a few minutes, you may not feel bad about it at all.
I don't feel bad, no.
Yeah.
I kept
Well,
getting the feeling that he was trying to hint that there's a possibility of saving them.
At this point, it would be difficult. And I'll explain more after the session because you guys really are close to the end one way or the other. Let's see.
Yeah, some of us are closer than others.
Exactly. So let's see. So Alexa, you made your wits check. So the pheromone pulse does not affect you. Petra, you now feel a compulsion to protect the dais. Xavier, as you come out of this is at the end of the round, as you come out of your petrification, you too feel a compulsion to obey the dais and to protect it. That means it's you have to stop. You have to protect the dais. You don't know why, you just know you have to. So initially, Petra, you were going to be attacked by one of the tendrils from the floor, but it's like the minute you come under the compulsion, it leaves you alone. So you do not take that damage.
Well, that's a good thing.
It may not be a good thing for the rest of the party because Petra is pretty capable. Let's see. So Liv manages to get a hold of you, Alexa. Her small arms wrap around you, and you feel something dig in, like little needles, grappling a hold of you. It's an impossibly strong grip. And to make matters worse, now the woman has come towards you with arm outstretched. She attempts to grapple you as well. Okay. And I better narrate what else you guys see while you're down there. So, what you guys see, so Torbjorn sprints for the cavern. He's moving for an old man who's in such bad shape. He's moving as fast as he can. You shoot at him, Friedrich, but you just don't make the connection. You don't hit. After all, you're not really a combat specialist. You're more of a leader type. So he's about halfway to the cabin at this point. I believe. Hold on. Yeah, he's about halfway there. Erish is running like a madman, and you know he's very quick. So he is almost to the cabin. He is moving very fast. And so here we are at the end of round 3. And the situation we are currently in. So Petra, the little boy, and the tendril from the floor release you. Xavier, your eyes open. You are kind of unfrozen, and you want to protect the dais. And in the room, the only threat you see is Alexa. Petra, the only threat you see in the room is Alexa. The woman successfully grapples you, Alexa. So now you are grappled by both Liv and sorry, I gave you the name of the little girl. Didn't mean to, but it doesn't matter. You are grappled by both the little girl, or what looks like mostly a little girl, and the woman. And the whole time the woman keeps murmuring the words, Torbjorn, Torbjorn, Torbjorn. Her eyes staring, her face manic and desperate. And now something explodes from the sack you saw emerge from the floor. It is a hideous, vaguely man-like thing. It stands a little over 2 meters tall. It looks like it's made out of the same material, the same tendrils as the floor. I don't know if whoever's read the comic book, The Swamp Thing, or the DC equivalent, The Man Thing. It looks a little like that. And it has arms made out of things that look like tentacles, but you realize they're tendrils made out of the same material. So, yep, here we go. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and do new initiative rolls at the beginning of round 4. I want to give people a chance to do different things. So
Oh, good roll finally.
mine mostly suck, which is probably good for you guys.
Keep it that way.
I will. Hopefully, it will continue to work for that to work out that way. Okay. So let's see, Friedrich. You rolled. Let's see. So Xavier gets a 7. Right, because you rolled 4.
Yeah, and I have a +2.
Miguel got a 6.
+1.
Yep. Let's see, Alexa. Yeah, you guys got pretty good rolls. Let's see. And Amy, can you roll for Petra, please?
I did. I thought.
Oh, did I miss it? I see
I'm-
Mar Hockman, Miguel, Alexa. I don't see Petra's. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, did you? Yeah, it's 3. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's no worries. Yeah, I'm realizing this is a much larger combat than I thought it would be. There's rolls all over the place. I may go back to doing side-based rolls in the future. I remember now that's why I did it in the first place and made that the default system. Because when you think about it, individual initiative, especially in a larger combat, takes forever. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Oh, that's wrong. Okay. All right, let's see. And Alexa, go ahead and give me your wits check for the pheromone pulse from the dais.
20, not natural.
Gotcha. You're doing pretty good there. Okay. So, let's see. So the hidden check that is related to something environmental did not come off, so that doesn't matter. From the dais, Alexa continues to feel the pulse and kind of feel the demand to protect the dais, to seek equality, to be equal in death and in submission. And you've heard this before. This is, you know what this is. These are pheromones. There's an entire field of them down here, and that's what's affecting everyone. You're being ordered to protect the dais, and of course you're resisting it.
We need to bomb this shit. Napalm the whole area.
So let's see. We will go now to Xavier. Xavier, you are the first actor this round. You are under compulsion. You need to. The only person you have available to attack is Alexa at this point. So you need to roll for your Vril Messer, which I do not believe you have melee combat of any kind.
I mean, I have 2 melee weapons, but I don't. Whatever. Anyway. So is it a valid action for my character to attempt to heal the little girl that got shot earlier?
Oh, that's interesting. No, the way I've got it written, really, your only compulsion at this point is to protect the dais from anything that threatens it.
Oh, so the dais doesn't want me to do that. Therefore, it's going to make me not think of that or something.
At this point, you are just acting under compulsion. Your only compulsion is to protect the dais. This is not a matter of conscious thought. This is a matter of you're doing things reflectively under compulsion. Because think about it, the dais doesn't care about anything in there other than itself. It's under threat.
Right.
So
So it doesn't want me to heal her, so it's not going to tell me to heal her.
kind of. Again, you're reacting responsively against threats to the dais. So it's not a matter of, oh, well, if I heal the little girl, she can better protect the dais. No, that's advanced thought. That's what Xavier might think.
Yeah. Anyway,
But
so
right now, Xavier's acting instinctively.
I guess I need to roll a
So,
d20 or something.
yeah, you're untrained in melee combat, so I think it's a -2 on the roll.
Okay, I got a -1.
Okay. Well, that being the case, Xavier misses his attack on Alexa. See, isn't it great that you don't have higher order thinking right now? Because if you really had higher order thinking, you might try to use your real abilities against her. But that's not the way I wrote the module. You're not using higher order thinking. So that's a good thing. Okay. So the next person to move, fortunately for her, is Alexa. You are double grappled. You are allowed to make a strength check against each grappler. So you can either try to fight while you're grappled, or you can try to get away.
No,
What are
I'll
your
try to get
choices?
away.
All right, give me 2 strength checks.
Okay, let me see if I have bonus, because I rolled a 15, yes. So 16. And the other one is 19.
Okay, good job. What do you do once you break the grapple?
I will get out because I think what we need to do is we just need to bomb the whole place
Okay.
to destroy the damn pheromone. So I'll go away and tell them to the rest of the people that are outside.
All right. So let's see. So the attack with Xavier's Vril Messer misses. Alexa manages to break free and runs. Let's see. The next character is. Let me double check my initiative order. Yeah, it's Friedrich. So, Friedrich, you are outside. Torbjorn, you missed your last shot towards him. You still have 1 charge left in your Vril Ray pistol. He's now about 30 meters away from you at this point. Do you want to try to shoot at him again? He's still within ranged attack range.
I have no idea what's going on inside, right?
Let me think. No, because everything that's been going on down below has been melee,
Okay.
right?
So, first thing, this is supposedly an automatic action. I will just shout, "What is going on in there?" And then I shoot the guy again.
Okay. Go ahead and make your roll.
Okay, so
Believe it or not, you miss again. For an old man, he's kind of ducking and no, not really. You're shooting in his direction, but you're just not quite connecting.
Yeah, this roll was bad again. Not as bad as the other one, but still bad.
Still bad. Okay. So then Friedrich misses, and then we now need to go to Petra. So Petra, You are now free to defend the dais. You see Alexa running away. You feel compelled to attack her.
Even if she's running away.
Even if she's running away. Again, I'm being very strict in my interpretation of what I roll for the module. So your goal is to attack any threats to the dais, and I'm not going to say what the rest of it is, but there's a logic to this. So she's sprinting up the ladder away from you. I believe that this would make you feel compelled to chase after her.
Yeah, I think I go after her.
Okay. Because you do have your Vril Ray carbine, but it is not in your hands. If it was in your hands, you would probably have to take a shot at her. And quite frankly, you're good at it. So you would probably hit her. But the key is that, again, if I'm strict with how I wrote it, you guys kind of react responsibly based on whatever you were last doing. So, like, for instance, Xavier didn't use a Vril spell, which right now he's not mentally capable of doing anyway. He tried to attack Alexa with his Brill Messer. Similarly, you didn't actually have your Vril Ray carbine in your hands. That's why the child was able to grapple you. So now you're chasing after her because you're going to attack her physically because that's how you're currently equipped. So let's see. All right. And
Will shooting me snap me out of it?
well, I mean, you can find out. um, let's see. So the spore, this weird-looking creature that hatched out of the alien egg or sac or whatever, as you dash for the ladder and try to get up out of the cavern, Alexa, it will try to attack you because it's standing next to you. Let's see. Let me make that roll. And I think it does hit you, but this does not block you. It hits you with a tendril, and it's like the little claw-like, needle-like things on it that you remember you felt when the child grappled you, kind of dig into your flesh and tear.
Ow.
And it does 3 health points of damage.
Triple ow.
However, you are not blocked, so you can continue moving.
Yeah, I'll continue.
There's another attack it could have used, but I did a random roll, and fortunately for you, it did not use it. Let's see. All right. We make some notes here and make a couple other rolls for things that are happening you guys are not aware of. So when you scream what you scream, Friedrich Erich says, "Something's going on below." Apparently, he became aware of it because he saw something that I rolled that he noticed when he was in the generator shed, because it's all that's still connected to everything down below. So Eric has noted something. Okay. So now I need to go reread this one section of the module. Give me just a second. Because I wrote things to happen a certain way, but as usually happens, the characters completely screwed up my plan. Thank you.
No plan survives contact with the enemy.
I know. No matter what I think I've gamed out with you guys, it never seems to work. I always have to improvise. Let's see. Okay. So Friedrich, I am mistaken. I thought you were out of ammo, but actually you still have 2 shots. So you missed Torbjorn twice. He is about 5 meters from the cabin and closing. So both Alexa and Petra are climbing the ladders. Alexa, you're first, so you're nearly to the top. Petra, you're starting after her. The woman and the boy and Liv all dash towards the ladder to chase you. Let's see. So, okay. So I think Alexa's still in pretty good shape. You have like 23 health points left, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're still in pretty good shape. Petra's in pretty good shape too. Xavier is actually in pretty crap shape, but nothing is attacking him right now. So that is the end of round 4. And I know that took a while to happen, guys, but it is. So here's where we are. Alexa, you are on the ladder. You are climbing up. You've made a good distance climbing. Petra, you are starting to climb the ladder. The boy, the girl, the boy is at the base of the ladder. The girl and the woman actually head back in the direction of the dais. It's like they start to chase after you, Alexa, and then they turn around. The thing that came out of the sack just stands at the base of the ladder and does nothing. It made its attack, but and drew some blood, but then you went on up. So Xavier, you still feel compelled to protect the dais. Do you want to do as Petra did and run towards the ladder to try to climb up after Alexa and attack her?
Wait.
Xavier?
Oh, that was me. Sorry.
Yes, that was you.
I thought you were talking to someone else, and I wasn't really paying attention. What did you say again?
No, it's okay.
So what was the question again?
Right. So you feel compelled to protect the dais. Do you want to also chase after Alexa and attack her? You see, she's made it past some kind of drone creature that struck her but could not restrain her, and she's climbing up the ladder.
So what are the options here? Because
you are acting instinctively to protect the dais, but you're protecting it by attacking threats to it. And you do whatever's most instinctive, the most basic thing. That's why you pulled out your grill messer, and you've already attacked Alexa once. You just happened to miss.
I guess move towards her, but I guess she's too far away for me to actually catch her.
Okay. Okay. So your choice is to stay where you are or chase after her.
Well, I'm going to run towards her, but I don't think I'm actually close enough to catch her. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. So here's where we are. Let's go ahead and roll initiative for round 3. I'm sorry, round 5. I don't know why I said 3. Roll initiative for round 5. So
So I roll a 6 plus 1.
okay. All right. Let's see. Let me check everyone's rolls. So Amy, you got a 2. Alexa got a 3. And Xavier rolls 5. All right. Okay. I think I got everyone. So let's start at the top of the initiative. Erish. So he has arrived at the top at the cabin door. He sees Torbjorn arriving. Xavier, you're standing around the dais feeling compelled. You're just kind of standing there waiting to protect the dais. That's all you can think about right now. The same can be said for the creature standing next to the ladder. Friedrich, you see Erish and Torbjorn arriving at the cabin at about the same time. What do you want to do?
Okay, so Eric said something was going on down there, so I will leave him to deal with the old man, and I'm going to check on things there. And while I'm going, I will ask, what is going on there?
Okay.
Tell me about your status.
Okay, got it. All right. So the next person, let's see. So Erish ignores Torbjorn and just heads inside the cabin. He crosses the porch, enters the cabin, crosses the main room. He looks down the shaft. He sees Alexa coming up the ladder. And when he sees Torbjorn come in and try to get to the ladder, he kind of blocks him and tries to keep him from interfering, because he sees Alexa and Petra on the ladder. And you hear Eris shouting, "Get out! Get out!" So, Friedrich, the only person who answers your request for status is Erich, and he says, Something is going on down below. I see Alexa and Petra on the ladder coming up. The old man seems crazy. He's trying to get down there, but I think it is very dangerous."
Okay. So I'm really going to run there.
I know.
I'm not, I'm
Yeah,
not going to sit on the old man now. I'm going to run inside.
right. You're focusing on trying to get down there. Right. And unfortunately, there is some distance between you and the cabin. So I need to sit down and figure out if you can make it this round or if it'll be next round. I think it'll be next round.
He was only 200 yards out, right?
Yeah, but it's a single round. It's only a few seconds. So, he hears the status report and he starts moving towards the cabin. It'll take time for him to get there, just like it did for the old man. Erish made it fairly quickly. The old man took a couple of rounds, and he was already in motion because that was what he was doing when he got shot. He was already running towards the cabin. So Erish is shouting warnings. He's reporting status as best he can. Um, let's see. So, Alexa, as you climb the ladder, you feel that the compulsion that kept gnawing at your mind and at your nerves subsides. Petra, you feel the same thing as you climb after her. It's like suddenly you're clear headed.
Oh, that's a relief.
Unfortunately, Xavier's still stuck in the cavern under the influence of the pheromones. Let's see. And let's see. Okay, so just to clarify, uh, So you can sprint. Okay, so you will, yeah, at the end of this round. Okay. Let me gather my notes and make sure I know what our status is before we move to the next round. So at this point, Alexa and Petra, you have managed to make it to the top. You're in the cabin. You're no longer compelled. Friedrich, you are at the cabin door. And you see everyone inside except Xavier. Erish is blocking Torbjorn. He's holding him back. The old man's frantic to get down there. He says, "My wife, my children, my wife, my children. Oh, please have mercy. We just wanted help." And Xavier is in the cabin, is down somewhere in the cavern. So at the end of the fifth round, everybody is up except for Xavier, who you all know is still stuck down in the cavern where the dais is. It's like he was. It's like the minute you guys moved away, he lost any interest in you, but he doesn't really have anything else to do. Let's see.
What are we gonna do about
So you guys need to decide at this point. This is the beginning of round 6. So the basic situation is everyone is in the cabin that you know of. Obviously, Alexa and Petra, you know that there's 3 kind of, sort of, almost people who are down there who attacked you, a woman and 2 children, and another thing that popped out of some kind of sack that was sprouted from the floor. And you also know that Xavier's down there, and Alexa, he attacked you with his drill messer. So you know something has happened to him. He had some kind of episode when he went down there. Anyway, he froze for several seconds, actually like 3 rounds, 4 rounds. So he was completely frozen, and when he came out of it, he attacked Alexa. Friedrich, you're standing in the doorway of the cabin. You're seeing everyone there except Xavier. You guys know the disc is about 2 kilometers away. What are you going to do? What is your choices at this point in time?
The first thing I want to ask them, what is going on? What happened down there?
Okay. You guys go ahead and give your responses.
I explained the pheromones that are affecting people's minds. They're protecting them. They're forcing people to protect it. I think we need to bomb the whole thing.
I don't think we
The
have.
kids were attacking me.
We have nothing to bomb them, so we have to go down there. Stay close to me. I am going down there. And by stay close to me, I mean stay behind me.
Well, I wasn't affected that much, but Petra, I think she was a bit.
Yes, I was.
Are you cool now?
Yes, I am.
Frisch looks at you, Friedrich, and says, "I think Xavier is still down there. And I
Oh, yes,
see something standing by the bottom of the stairs. I don't know what it is. It doesn't look human."
It's a spore. of the
Okay,
scene.
so I will approach the stairs and look down there.
Down at the bottom of the stairs, you do see something that has a vaguely man-like shape, but it's clearly comprised of a similar material to what the floor of the cavern is comprised of, which is these kind of this mesh like fungus like tendrils. And it's just kind of standing there moving slightly. And it's at the base of the ladder.
Can I shoot that?
Of course. Do you want
Okay.
to do so?
I want
Make
to.
your attack roll.
Okay. Let's go. Fuck this fool. I don't like this.
Give me your total.
Okay, so agility bonus is +1 and range combat +2, so 10. 10 total.
Okay. So let me see. And Petra, what do you want to do? Do you want to use your carbine to try to back up Friedrich? Do you want to move away? Are you waiting for specific orders? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll try shooting it as well.
All right. Make your attack roll, please.
Oh, jeez. That's a 1.
Oh, my.
Today the D20s are screwed up, obviously.
Well, if you want to roll your own dice, you're welcome to do so. I have no idea what's happening to Dice Witch. It must not be liking anybody today.
The
Let's
the
see.
D6 apparently is rolling nicely, but the D20, no, not really.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like my rolls have been all over the place today. I have this electronic die roll thing that I've been using, and it's the dice are everywhere. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. There's actually some really bad things that could have happened to you guys that didn't because I rolled it in such when I rolled it, it didn't come off. But there's other rolls that clearly did. So, I'm all over the place. Okay. Xavier, from your position down there, you see two real ray beams. You know how real weapons work. You see the pale light, like a laser guidance light, focusing, and then suddenly you see the blue burst like a blaster bolt. But both kind of miss the spore. And as remarkable as it may sound, or foolish, you actually hit.
Oh, great.
So yeah, this thing does not have great defenses. If Petra hadn't rolled so badly, she'd have hit it too. So go ahead and roll your 1d6 plus 2 for your damage.
Okay. So it's a 4.
Okay. So you hit it and burn it badly. It's not entirely inactive, but you did a lot of damage. I mean, the blaster bolt goes whomp, and you smell the smell of something foul burning, like you shot a pile of decayed material or something.
Okay, I should have said it before, but I want to scream down there, Xavier, where are you? What's happening?
Okay. Let me try something here. Let me think. Okay. Let me read your character sheet. Let me see. You know what? I'm going to treat this as a contested influence check, Friedrich, because this will give you a chance to help Xavier
Break the spell.
break the compulsion. I think that's fair because that's kind of what you're a commander. That's kind of what you do.
Yeah.
I didn't have it specifically in the module, but this makes sense to me. So let's do this. So you roll your influence check. You're going to be D20 plus 4. Xavier, you're going to roll a wits check, but you know your wits are not strong. So you're going to be at a total of -5. So you roll 1d20 minus 5. And tell me what your results are, guys.
Oh boy.
Now, of course, Mar Hockman, you roll well.
Okay.
total
Now is
only
the time to
12.
suck.
I
It
rolled
doesn't.
bad.
I was about to say it doesn't matter.
With the
Finally.
-5, I
Compulsion
was
is-
actually only at 12.
Yeah, the compulsion is broken. So what's happened here is because what I'm going to do, I'm going to say that Friedrich's ability Stimme des Kriegsrats, which is an authority, a reinforcement, kind of gives you that ability to it's like Xavier, get your butt up here, or something like that, And Xavier, you instinctively say Jawohl, and you realize the compulsion is broken, and you desperately want to get out of there. You desperately want to get out because you realize this thing's been controlling you. What do you do, Xavier?
Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna automatically run towards him to get out of the hole. It's like I'm not really certain exactly what exactly the problem is, but I know that the hole is a bad thing. So yeah.
Oh, you were under a compulsion. Yeah, you are the party's Thule occultist.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
when your will has been overridden by something.
What I was saying that I was uncertain of is how, and I've decided
Yeah.
that the best option is to just get farther away from the dais while I figure it out.
To get the hell out. Yes, exactly. Okay. So, and you do. I mean, it's like Xavier suddenly shows, and he's completely white-faced. You see he's badly injured. And I mean, he comes up that ladder faster than you've ever seen him climb anything ever before. And the whole time you climb up, Xavier, you hear something inside your mind trying to compel you to remain, to protect, to defend. But you hear the resounding, real enhanced voice of Friedrich in your ears still, ringing throughout your entire body. The Brill overcomes the spores. And being iceborne and responding to that command, you come out. And now everyone is in the cabin. And Erish looks at you, Xavier, and says, "You look bad. What happened?"
Ugh, I'm still trying to figure that out. We went down in there trying to kill the whatever thing that's the monsters left behind here, and I'm genuinely not sure what it did to us.
So, guys, here's the situation. You've all made it out of the cabin. Torbjorn is still with you. Erish has a hold of him. The old man's kind of weeping and crying, and he wants desperately to get down below. Xavier is clearly badly wounded. He looks really shaken. Petra, you are hurt, but not terribly hurt. Same with Alexa. You're both functional. You guys see down below things are moving. Erish basically has said that he sees like it's the The coil fragments are trying to rebuild the modulator. What do you guys do? I mean, you're all out of the field now. You're all outside of whatever that compulsion field was. What do you guys do?
Okay, so question for the game master: we don't have any explosives, right?
That's correct. You don't.
Who is the technical guy here?
I'm gonna talk to
Okay.
the other characters and ask them if they have any ideas what it was that it was using to control people.
I don't know what it was. I just
Who is
know
the
that
tech? Who is the
I
tech
think
guy in this team? Is it
Oh, it's
Xavier?
Erish. It's
Okay,
Erish.
so Eric, is there something that you can use to blow this thing, to blow this place?
Okay. So I'll need to make some rolls. Hold on a minute. Because that's actually a very good question. You know, what can you guys do? Normally, if it was a combat disc, right, the Haunibu, you just come back here with and blast it. But you can't because the Haunibu is a science division Haunibu. So you know the weapons were stowed back at the base. You were not sent with explosives. You don't have any explosive weapons.
Could I use real energy to try lighting it on fire?
Now that's interesting. So let's see. Let's see. Let me think. I wanna have people make some rolls. So Erish, yeah, he's your kind of your technical guy. So let me have him make a technical roll.
If he fails, we have to go down there. Cool.
Yeah. And let's see, Xavier, for you. Because I can tell you right now that Erish did not make a very good roll. So you know that you cannot use another real discipline until you recover. Let's see. What can you do from the surface?
we have torches in our bag.
No, you guys don't have torches. Not you mean like D&D style torches? No.
Do we have random objects made out of wood that we can light on fire then throw into the hole?
You have an entire cabin around you.
Does the cabin have a fire source in it for heating purposes?
Let's see. So here's what Erish recommend. Oh, wait a minute. Erish rolled a 1 and he's elevated. So now he has 2 fear points. It's like when you asked Erish's question, Friedrich, it's like he starts thinking and then it's like You see him shudder and shake like he's going through some kind of spasm. And then he looks at you blankly and says, I'm sorry, what did you ask me? So let's see. So here's the things that you guys can think of that to do. One is that you can try to destroy it yourselves by some means using whatever's here. The other is that you can cross the 2 kilometers back to the disk and report it to headquarters and see if they can destroy it in time. I think there's one thing that was needed to be done, but Eric can't do it now because he rolled too low. There's the antenna lead. That's the one thing you guys didn't do anything with. You remember you have that antenna sitting there that's kind of directional, and there's a lead to the antenna that's still intact. So what do you guys want to do based on what you have available to you and what you know?
Wait, so so we can't. I don't know. Well, the last thing I was doing is trying to figure out if I could like light the stuff in the hole on fire. But if the answer is no, then well, okay.
Well, there is a ladder there. That is true. And like I said, around the hole down there, you do have the entire cabin, right? Let's see. So it's very flammable.
So if we light this
But
thing
you
on
also,
fire, will it destroy it? Could it
well,
destroy?
you got to remember it's a natural granite cavern down there.
Yeah.
You could set the cabin on fire, but that wouldn't. I mean, the cavern is like 6-7 meters down there.
The cabin was
my idea was to like take pieces of wood, throw them down the ladder hole, and then light the pile of wood on fire.
Okay. So you're talking about trying to tear the cabin down. It's
I
not a
think
terrible thought.
I think the cold has kept these guys in for as long as it has. I think it's probably safe for us to go
So
away.
let me
And
say this: while the you can definitely set the cabin on fire where it is. You can. Tearing it apart is a different matter. That would take. I mean, you guys basically would have to dismantle the cabin, set it on fire using the stove as ignition, so you could do that, and throw down all the material to set a fire down in the cave. So you can do it. I mean, you have people there who are strong. Petra and Alexa are both pretty strong. You think you could probably tear the place apart, set it on fire, and get it down there easily within 20 minutes to a half hour. And yeah, I mean, you assume everything down there is flammable. That makes sense. So yeah, I mean, it's something you can certainly try.
Okay, let's try that then.
All right. So let me have strength checks from all the party members. Just tell me what your base roll is. Your D20.
20, not natural, 20 in total.
Oh, 20 total. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, right. I rolled a 1, of course.
Well, this is impressive.
I got
Okay.
an 18 plus 1 is a dirty 20.
So Alexa, who ironically the party's 2 female members are actually the strongest members of the party. Ah,
Girl bosses.
exactly.
Well, I mean, they're the 2 melee combat characters somehow.
Yeah, I mean, and also, I mean, actually, Petra's pretty good in range combat as well. So she's kind of like a line soldier. So, let's see. So the guys suck. Let me see how Erish does. Uh, he doesn't do great.
He doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
He's like Hitler, small and
Let me see. Okay. I think you guys will succeed anyway, because it's not like the cabin's resisting you. Now, Torbjorn is, of course, beside himself. Oh, no, don't, please don't. You got to remember, he's lived here for 44 years. So, um, yeah, I'm going to say you guys have managed with, the poor old man kind of sitting there weeping while you do it. It's like, no, just if you just let me go downstairs, I can help my family out. Anyway, so he's just, of course, he's just babbling at this point. So you guys do manage to get it all torn down. And because Alexa and Petra seem particularly animated and effective, it's actually done quicker than what you thought. It's destroyed almost entirely and turned into wood and rubble in about 10 minutes. So now you guys have that lit stove just kind of sitting there with no cabin around it anymore. And so now the question becomes, I guess, lighting it on fire. I'm going to just rule that you guys are able to do that easily. And so I'm going to say you guys throw down all the material. It's on fire. It becomes a big fire at the bottom. Okay. And so you guys just start throwing a bunch of flaming stuff down there. You're all very quiet, with the possible exception of Friedrich, who's giving orders. While you guys do it, you see the burning pile at the bottom of the shaft grow. The flames grow, the heat grows, the trapdoor, the area around the trapdoor and the shaft becomes kind of a mouth of fire, because all that is wood as well until you get down to the cavern. And so you hear the pine resin pop. This is all that good Norwegian pine. You hear the wood crackle. The smoke is thick and it's acrid. And below you, as you kind of can see more or less through the flame and smoke, it all ignites. And you see all the biological material, and it's all biology down there. The flame begins to spread, and the walls begin to scorch. It's all burning, and then in your minds you hear this weird keening, almost like screaming. This affects Alexa, Petra, and Xavier, and it's like an echo in your heads. You know it must be coming from this weird organic dais down below. It's feeling the fire begin to burn it. And eventually the shaft collapses. Nothing comes up. Let me see how'd this work? Let me double check this real quick. Okay, so you guys basically, once the fire starts, the fire burns actively for 10 minutes. I mean, you can actually see the flames. The updraft pulls air and flame down into the cabin, feeding the fire from above. You see the shaft itself, which was also made out of wood, and the ladder collapse into the cabin as it burns. You see gray, white, then black smoke. There's something burning down there that's putting off black smoke. Xavier, through your real sensitivity, you can feel this. It's not exactly like a screaming. It's more like a steady hum. It's something down there is communicating. It's in distress. But now that it's becoming irregular, it's no longer this steady hum that you've all been hearing. About after the 10-minute mark, everything is fully collapsed. There's no more chimney effect in the shaft. And it's more like there's a smothering flame down there. It's like it's like that town in Pennsylvania where the coal fire's been burning underground for all those years. That's what's happening. It's an underground fire. It's still a flame. It's still super hot, but it's no longer actually pulling in an active downdraft. And then you guys continue to wait, and after about 20-30 minutes, all that's left is a thin line of smoke. The fire has burned out. The shaft is a ruin. And Xavier, you can detect that whatever is going on is basically virtually gone. Um, and and you all feel this. The hum is gone. The hum you guys have felt ever since you came close is gone. It just suddenly goes away. And suddenly you're just there in the cold among the remains of what used to be a cabin, a faintly smoking hole in the ground, the shaft that led down to the cavern. The old man isn't even weeping anymore. He's completely passed out. He's just laying there on the ground. His the tears on his face slowly freezing in the cold air because, of course, it is remarkably cold still. Not that the iceborne particularly feel it, but Lexi, you do. You know how cold it is outside. And there you go. I mean, that's as much as you know. It seems to be gone. The hum is gone. Everything below ground has been burned. Even the remains, the people, you assume. I mean, you'd have to go down to find out, and there's no longer a ladder or a shaft. You'd somehow have to get down several, like 20 feet, 6 meters. You'd have to get down there. But there's no longer a ladder. So Arish kind of looks around at everyone and says, "Are we done? I don't feel anything anymore."
I'm not sure what everybody thinks. Should we check it out?
Can I use my sensory power to look around at what's left of the cavern?
Well, you don't really have a way to get down there.
Well, but like this is the ESP sense where I can just like look at the ground under my feet.
Oh, well, you have your real sensitivity, yes. What specific power are you trying to use?
Oh, I need to look up the book because I didn't actually write out what all of the names are.
I mean, all the real sensitive members of the group, you no longer sense the hum anymore. That much is.
Not the basic sensitivity, the real magic thing where you're basically doing ESP
Oh, okay.
inside
So
things.
I think what you want to use is real auga, real auga,
Oh, yeah, maybe.
VRIL-AUGE. So there's sense, there's pierce, there's scry, and there's farsight. So, like the sense, you're trying to scan active real sources and living beings, and you can do that within 30 meters. You can even do it through walls. Um, you can do something more specific so long as the walls are not more than a meter thick. Of course, here they are. But the basic sense thing isn't. So what you need to do is you need to make a roll. So let's see. Oh no, wait a minute. Real aug is a discipline. You've already expelled your discipline.
Oh,
Let's
so I
see.
need to wait, or like rest or
Yeah,
something.
there's a specific set of requirements. You're like a spellcaster. So there's a
Right.
specific set of requirements because your real technique is one. So you're limited to using one discipline a day, and then you have to do things to. You're kind of like a cleric. There's certain
Oh,
things you have to
right.
do.
So okay, that's something I wasn't entirely clear on. It's like how often I could use them. I guess I'm.
It's tied to your vril technique. Yeah, it's tied to your vril technique, which over time will presumably increase. So when you close your eyes and reach out with your vril sensitivity, you can feel that the signature is fading. The broadcast itself, whatever it was, is dead. The hum is gone. Um, you can't tell anything about the people below because, of course, you don't have vril aga.
Okay, is there any rope that could go down there?
All that got thrown down with all the flammables, whatever rope there was, and you guys didn't really bring any. Erish says that, you know, if you really needed to, he could probably put something together from, some of the cables that are on the surface that were tied to the generator and all that. But he looks really dubious. He says, I don't want to go down there. So, but I can put it together if you really want me to.
Okay, so do that and I will go down there. Don't worry.
All righty.
I'll go
So
with
he
you.
starts.
I'll go with
Okay.
you. Yeah.
All right. All right. So while we are doing that, I do need to take about a 5-minute break, guys, and also gather a couple of notes, and we'll resume here in about 3:46. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
This will get everybody a chance to run to the bathroom or grab a drink or whatever. I'll be back in just 5 minutes. All righty. Is everyone back?
Yes.
Yep.
Excellent. Okay. All righty. All righty. So basically, Erish goes and he finds the coaxial cables from the antenna lead and other cables from the generator shaft, and he creates a makeshift rappel line so that Friedrich and Alexa can descend into the collapsed shaft and reach the cavern.
Okay,
It is not a terribly good rappel line, and Erish tells you as much, but it should work so far as he can tell. Um,
okay, so
it-
probably someone should stay watching us from above. I think Petra probably, she's strong enough if it's
Yes.
needed to pull the cables for us to.
okay. And Alexa, you already said you were going down as well.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, and so Erish and Petra will secure the cables from above. So Friedrich and Alexa, you descend into the collapsed shaft on the makeshift rappel line rigged by Erish from the cables. Erish and Petra are holding the lines from above. They're braced on the debris field at the surface. So we now need to make some rolls. It would be either a strength check or an athletics check to control your descent. So, Friedrich, you do have athletics 1. I think that you just need to roll a d20 plus 1 and tell me the result.
Okay. 18.
And same thing for Alexa. Please give me either your
I rolled a
athletics.
natural 20. Okay.
Okay. All right. So you guys do make your target numbers. It wasn't really that high. It's pretty good. Fortunately for you guys, nobody got a natural 1, so the cable didn't snap, which would have sucked because it's a long way down. So Friedrich, you slide down the cable. It's a controlled descent. It's steady. Your hands grip the copper braid. Your boots find purchase on the debris. You reach the cavern floor very quickly. You are uninjured. Alexa, you do exceptionally well. You descend. You descend very controlled. You arrive at the bottom, and you are also uninjured. Friedrich, your suit lamp clicks on. Alexa, your suit lamp clicks on. These are Vril powered suits. The 2 pale beams of Vril light cut through the dark, the steam, the smoke residue, and the cavern is unrecognizable. The chitin walls that Friedrich had never seen before, but you did see before, Alexa. These walls that had been thick and glowing blue or white, resonating at a subsonic frequency, they're black and charred. The luminescence is gone. The walls are scorched, cracked, and peeling in places, exposing the raw granite beneath. You feel no resonance. You sense no communication, no livingness to it anymore. The carpet beneath is ash, charred remains. The smell is absolutely horrible. It's all burnt biological material. The air is thick. There's steam and smoke residue. You actually feel the temperature is dropping from where it was, Alexa. You can tell that the outside conditions are starting to creep in. Where the dais was, Alexa, you see a crater. You remember there was that fibrous, glistening, warm biomass that you felt was the kind of the heart of the system. It was 4 meters in diameter. It was a meter high. It's gone. It's just a hole where it used to be. Friedrich, it's your beam that finds the first body, and then the second, and then the third. They're all on the dais. They are in the bowl. They are together. The charred remains of a woman and 2 children curled against each other, charred and blackened, and their bodies burned. Their faces rigid with the burn scars. All the alien stuff that had kind of invaded her biology is blackened and peeling away. They're not moving. They're not breathing. You look at them and you know instinctively that they are dead.
Okay, so I wasn't here before, so is there some place that we should check?
Alexa, I think his question is for you.
Uh,
The dais, which is now a crate, right? That's
yes,
Yeah,
but I'm
that's just
thinking it
yeah, it's
is
just a
technically
blackened hole in the ground.
a black hole, so no. Right, there are 2 levels, but not anymore.
okay. So it seems that everything is destroyed.
What do you do?
Well, anyway, I will approach the crate and look down there.
Yeah, it's just a hole in the floor where the dais that Alexa described used to be, and the 3 bodies are in it. That's all there is.
Okay, so well,
And we don't feel anything anymore, right?
There's no hum. There's no hum. There's no
So-
sense of anything biological.
So do
Well-
you think we killed it?
apparently yes. Apparently yes. I can't think of anything to do here. Okay, so let's go up.
All right. Okay. Let me take a look here, what we need to do next. So you guys rolled so good on the descent. I'm not going to require you to roll the ascent. I'm just going to say you climb back up. You're back at the surface. So you're all standing around. Corbion is on the snow. He's injured from where he was shot earlier. This 84-year-old man. He looks worn out. He looks drained. He's just kind of looking at the hole. He's not even looking at any of you. He's just looking at the hole, like he's waiting for something. Erish nods at you guys as you come back up, and then drops the line into the cavern. Alexa, you have 3 chitin samples. You've just climbed out of the cavern. Petra, you still have 1 chitin sample. You watch as Eric drops the coaxial cables into the cavern. Xavier, you feel like a wrung out dish rag. You're in terrible shape. As you know, your fear points are close to your panic threshold. You've already, well, actually, it exceeds your panic threshold. You've already had 1 panic attack. You're just in terrible shape, feeling bad. Friedrich, you've seen it looks like everything below is dead. So that's your current status, guys. You're about 2 hours and 5 minutes into your mission. You're well within your window for getting done whatever you needed to do. Let's see. In the distance, you guys see what looks like maybe storm clouds on the horizon, but they're still a little distance away. You know that the disk is about 2 kilometers away. It's about a 30-minute walk on foot. And that's your current status. What do you guys do now?
Okay, I want to ask Eric if there's something else that we should check before leaving.
Sure, let me make a roll. Nope, Eric just shakes his head and says, not that I know of.
Well, down there, everything is dead. So if there's nothing else, then it's time to leave. Unless someone else has some other
No,
plan.
I'm tired of this place.
Yeah, it's like one of the lingering effects of having had a panic attack while here is I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to be here anymore.
So let's secure the old man and take him with us, and then we'll leave the place.
All righty, so you guys are headed back to the disc.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like to take a quick look around to see if there's anything maybe possibly that would be a good thing to take with us, like like pieces of that weird generator thing. If there are pieces of that we could take back with us as samples.
Yeah, Erish goes and he grabs a couple of samples of this kind of weird biological mechanical generator. When you mention it, comes back and says, okay, I've got a few things.
Actually, there is one last thing. It's like looking at that antenna to see exactly if there's anything we can ascertain about how it was installed. Because like currently it's disconnected because we use the cables feeding it as a rappel line, so we don't need to worry about that. And just like, where'd this thing come from though?
Okay, do you have a role you think you might be able to use for that? Erish doesn't come up with anything. I mean, it's there. If you ask Torbjorn, he doesn't say anything. He's basically very non-responsive right now.
Would that be a technical, Xenal, or what?
I think that would be a technical. Go ahead and make your technical roll. Let me know.
I have a +1.
Erish failed his.
And I have an int with +3, so I guess that would give me a 4.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
I rolled a 12.
Okay. Yeah, you're not sure. Oh, gracious.
I have a +4 and I get a 2. Okay.
Yeah, and Xavier, you kind of look at it and lots of ideas flitter across your head, but you realize you don't really know. It's like you're just not sure. You don't have any evidence. Maybe at one point there might have been evidence that would have told you, but right now
Yeah,
You just aren't
I
sure.
guess I look at it, it looks like it doesn't belong there, but I don't really see anything that tells me how it got there.
Yeah, you really don't. It's just there. And yes, you're right. You guys have known for a while now that something about that said it doesn't belong there, but you don't know what it is.
Well, someone else will have to figure it out, not us.
I mean, that was actually something I mentioned in a session last time. It's like I actually had my character like talking to the group about. It's like, how is it that they have a directional antenna pointing at our base?
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, you guys know it's weird, but you don't really know how it got there.
yeah.
So the team moves. You guys move in a line towards back in the direction that you came from. So several of you have some injuries. Torbjorn is kind of being pulled along. And he kind of got this blank look on his face. And he's just kind of looking into the snow as you walk him along. The snowfield is wind polished and featureless and white. As the storm front you see in the distance approaches, you can feel the winds are beginning to build. The temperature is dropping, but the suits are fine, and the iceborne don't really feel the cold anyway. So you guys continue to walk. So it's about 15 minutes later. You're getting closer to the disc. And then Petra, you see something.
What do I see?
It's something partially buried in a snowdrift near the pressure ridge. And you realize as you look at it, it's a greatcoat. Do you go over and take a look at it?
Yes.
All right. So Petra walks over and grabs something out of the snow, and it is a Feldwebel gray greatcoat. It's got the silver gray piping of the Hanebo Transport Corporation. The shoulders are torn. The left sleeve has been ripped off at the shoulder seam. The fabric stretched and stained with something dark and organic, and the right pocket has been turned out. You see a pair of cold weather boots sitting near it that you didn't notice initially, sitting upright in the snow, still laced as if the wearer had stepped out of them. And only about 10 feet away, 3 meters if you like, you see a Luger pistol still in its holster, the leather cracked, a weapon that was neither drawn nor fired. And the snow around the greatcoat is stained dark.
Is this our
Make
pilot?
a let's see, does Petra have investigation, or if you don't, you obviously have search.
I'm looking. I have survival and stealth.
Let's treat this as a survival check. I think that's fair. Go ahead and make your roll and tell me your total. And since it's survival, you can add your wits bonus if you have one.
Okay, that's a dirty 20.
Okay, that's very good. You take a look and you realize that were all items that belong to your pilot, Strotman.
Oh, nice.
You can see the footprints leading back in the direction of the disc. For some reason, he was here on this rise that overlooks the area of the cabin where you all were. But something grabbed him. You don't know what. But something got him while he was out there. You're about a kilometer away from the disc. It has been 15 minutes since you left the area around the cabin.
Well, I tell everybody what I've seen.
The pilot's body is not here, right? Just
You don't see the body.
okay.
What are you going to do?
I will look around and try to find the body.
Okay. So if you have investigation, you can make your investigation checks and add your wits. If you don't have investigation, you can use your search ability, which you always have one rank in, and again add your wits. Just give me your totals, guys.
Okay, I rolled a natural 20. I don't have investigation, but I guess
Okay.
it's-
Oh, hey, I actually got a good roll this time.
Okay.
12, so it's a 13 for me.
11 for me.
Oh, wait, so I have to subtract my wits from this? So that would be...
Yes.
13 total.
So you guys go ahead and do your search. Friedrich, you get the best roll. So you read the scene. You kneel beside the great coach. You see the drag marks dragging north toward the landing zone, then doubling back. And you realize it's disappeared into a crevasse 20 meters east of your position. So you go over. You reach the crevasse. The crevasse is 2 meters wide, running roughly east to west, and it's bridged by a thin shelf of snow that has not yet collapsed. It looks about 4 meters deep, and at the bottom, partially buried in compacted snow, partially frozen to the ice wall, you see the body of Conrad Slotman, your pilot. You can see that the body is intact, frozen, yes, rigid, yes, but intact. You
Okay,
see something else. In his hand, he is holding the ignition crystal that you know the Hanebu disk needs in order to operate. But you also see the crystal is cracked. It's got some kind of fracture running through its center. It's not destroyed, it's damaged. You do see a data slate still on his belt. And you see the remains of the hair-thin networks like we're down in the cavern. They're there, but they're not moving. And you realize immediately that if you're going to activate this disk or to have any hope of activating it, you got to get that body and the crystal. Alexa, your role allows you to see a few things. You notice the kind of tendrils down there around the body, and what you figure out using your survival skills is that he must have been attacked and dragged into the network. But when you guys destroyed everything, it interrupted it. It's not dead, but it's not active either. It's lost its brain, if you want to call it that. And so, Xavier, you're aware once Friedrich points it out that there is a bit of vril energized something or another, which you figure must be the key, the quartz in the corpse's hand.
Mm-hmm.
You feel confident that between you and Arish, you guys might be able to get it realigned. It might be able to be repaired. You're also a little concerned about when you hear that there's elements of the network out this far from the base that are still alive, dormant but still alive. So this concerns you a little bit, but you also don't really have a solution as to what to do to it. So basically, here's what you guys will need to do. In order to recover the crystal, somebody will need to descend into the crevasse. It's not that far down. It's 4 meters. It's about 15 feet.
So, question:
But
the dual program variant ability I have, could I use that to like thaw his hand out so that someone can just like gently slide the damaged crystal out of his formerly frozen hand?
Let's see.
Because like it actually lists one of the things you can do with it as warm a body.
Yeah. Isn't it a discipline though?
Unique feat, real vice height, dual
Oh,
program
okay.
variant.
Well, if you want to go down there, you could do it. Yes.
I mean, because like my understanding of it is like it's a kind of like a I don't know. I'm not sure if it's actually considered a ranged ability or not.
I mean, you can go down there and do it. Yeah, if you want to try.
Okay.
Let's see. So you got to get the crystal, got to get the date. I assume you want the data slate. You have to decide what you want to do with Stratman's body. And then, of course, you guys already know the crystal is damaged, so you'll need to figure out the degree of damage and if it is repairable to repair it. So that's kind of what's going on. So first of all, who goes down into the crevasse? And let me know who's doing that, and I'll ask for rolls.
I will.
Yeah,
I will.
Okay. Petra's going down. Anyone else?
I'm going as well.
Well, I'll stay behind just in case something happens, and then I'll join later. Because the other time I just went down for nothing, so this time I'll wait.
Okay. So Arish is going to remain at the surface. He says, just bring me the crystal when you get it. The old man, of course, is just kind of standing there. You can tell he's shaking. He is much colder than the rest of you. He doesn't really have a proper protective suit. So he's definitely starting to succumb to exposure under the very cold conditions. So if you want to give me an athletics roll, Petra, that's going to be a D20 plus 4, and just tell me the result. Okay. You're just not having a good night tonight.
Oh no,
Okay,
I'm
so I
not.
rolled a
Sorry about that.
5 plus what? Plus nothing. So a 5.
Plus 1, because you have athletics 1.
So that's it.
Well, that kind of sucks because this was not. I promise, guys, this was not meant to be hard. It was like TN10. It's not meant to be hard. So, the descent is not clean. Petra, your boots slip on the wall. The surface is slick and unpredictable. So let's see. The crevasse is tight. The walls are close. You do make it to the bottom. Friedrich, you kind of slip and actually fall for a short distance. And you guys see these filaments twitch when you get to the bottom. But neither of you take actual damage because it's just not far enough to worry about it. So let's see. So how do you want to get the crystal out of his hand?
Well, this is what I said earlier. So it's like use my real powers to
Well,
thaw his hand.
you would have to be down there to do it. Or
Well,
do you
yeah.
want to
So
risk?
I said that I was planning on going down there. So
Okay, all right.
that's
So
why I also rolled for the.
give me your. Do you have athletics? What's your strength check? If you don't have athletics, you can just do it as standard strength.
My strength is a 0, and I don't have any like skills
So-
in athletics now.
That's fine.
So I guess it's an unmodified 13.
Yeah, that's actually you did better than anyone. You want to warm the hand of the corpse enough to extract the crystal?
Yeah. That was like the entire point behind me coming down here. Is because like I don't want to damage the crystal, and having to like break his hand to remove it would be a risk. So just like thawing the hand so people can just like gently slide it out seems like the best option.
Okay. So you use your Vril Wandlung. Right. Vril Weber. So I'm not going to make you roll it because it's kind of like, it's almost like a cantrip. It's a minor side effect. So the Vril energy flows from your palm, Xavier. You don't feel great, but it always feels good for you to manipulate the Vril. The ice thins, the tendons loosens, the fingers open, and the crystal is free. So you guys now have the crystal. What do you want to do?
Should we take his body back?
It looks like it's. I mean, in theory, we could unfreeze it and pull it loose, but I don't like the look of this stuff on it, and I don't want that stuff to contaminate our vehicle.
Okay. Okay.
We probably
Anything from
should
anyone
grab
else?
the data slate, though.
Oh, okay. So you grab the data slate.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Definitely going to make note of where this is so that we can tell people where to find him later. But he's dead, so
So remember, guys, it's like negative 48 degrees Celsius.
I take his gray coat for the old man.
Okay. Right. You've already got the great coat.
Yeah, the greatcoat was buried in snow on the ridge line.
Right. So, Alexa, you notice that Torbjorn is shivering. He doesn't say anything, but his head keeps nodding.
I asked him, "Are you okay?"
You're fine because you're in a Schützenzug. You're in an actual survival suit. But the old man just has the old gear he came to with, 44 years ago.
Do I have another suit that I can, or a blanket or something that I put on him?
Okay, let's see. So let's
Put him
just
something
say
to
that you.
drink, keep him warm.
Okay. So I think you guys have thermal wraps with you. Okay. So what have you guys decided to do? You've got Xavier. You've got the data slate. It's cold, and of course the screen is dark. But you don't see that there's any damage to it. It seems to be fine. You guys have got the crystal. Do you guys want to do anything else down there, or do you want to come back up?
Yeah, we don't have time to waste. We should definitely get out of here before the storm hits.
Okay. So Alexa, make a D20 roll and tell me the total result.
18.
Okay, you noticed you're pretty sure that if you guys don't get Torbjorn inside pretty soon, he will be dead.
Okay. Can I
Unlike the rest of
contact
you,
the
he's
other
not
ones with the
protecting against the
radio?
cold.
Do I have radio communication with the rest of the people or not? Because if not, I'll tell them.
Oh, they're just down there in the crevasse. They're maybe 10 feet down, 15 feet
Then I'll
down.
call him. I'll go
Okay.
put my head out and I'll call him. Guys, we need to go. The old man is dying.
All right. What do you guys do?
So let's rush it. Let's go.
Yeah, we don't have any reason to stay here any longer.
Okay. So you guys are going to try to rush back to the disc. Everybody comes up out of the crevasse very quickly. Xavier and Petra and Friedrich. Friedrich is saying, everybody out. Let's get to the disc now. The body remains in the crevasse, but you know where it is. So you guys move very quickly. And you make it to the disc. This is about another 15 minutes, and you see the disc sitting on the moraine ridge where you guys landed earlier. The drive ring is still kind of rotating this kind of lazy blue that you associate with standby mode. The ramp, oddly enough, is down. The interior is dark. You guys reach the disc, you climb up the ramp. The interior is cold. The heat's been off for hours. None of this makes sense to you. Why was Strotman outside? Why did he leave the door open? None of it makes any sense to you.
Okay, so the door is open?
Oh yeah, you guys can go in. It's just it's
Okay.
very cold in there. That's the part that confuses you. You can't understand why it's sitting there with the door open and no heat on it. It's like, what was Strotman doing? It makes no sense to you. His behavior is not what you would have expected. So go ahead, guys.
Yeah, Xavier's going to just like ask the group if they think that maybe something was just like somehow hypnotically compelling him to leave his post. Because like that's like
Yeah, that sounds likely.
like we know that the old man was being hypnotically compelled to do things, and that it started to affect us while we were there. So maybe that was, I don't know how, but then again, I don't really understand how that thing did it to us either.
Yeah, maybe he was affected by that. Can we close the door?
Let's see. To do so, you have to reactivate the vessel. So here's what you can do. Here are your options. One is for you guys to try to effect a field repair on the cracked crystal. Erish is the one who see. I designed all these things for Pedro's character, and he's not here. Darn it. So Erish is the best candidate for this, no question. I mean, this all ties into all of his capabilities: his technical, his intelligence, his salvage ops, all of it. So he'll get a +5 on his roll, and because this could be essential to certain results for the party, I'll let one of you roll it. So that's one option. Normally, if Xavier had a real stub, technically he could have tried to jury rig it as well, but he doesn't have a real stop, so that's not an option. There is a backup battery, but the problem with the backup battery is that it's not really designed for fast arrival. It would risk Torbjorn freezing because it won't provide sufficient energy to both move the craft and keep it fully warm. Now, for the Iceborne, that's no big deal. You guys are cold adapted. For Alexa, it's not a big deal because she has a Schutzenzug. For Torbjorn, he'll be dead before you guys arrive. Same thing with waiting out the whiteout that's coming. I mean, again, you're well within your mission parameters, so you wait 30 hours or so till the storm is over. But again, Torbjorn will be dead. And you don't know what else might happen in that period of time. You know that there are elements of the network that are still alive, dormant, but alive. So you guys have to decide what you want to do now.
So let's Eric can try to fix it. If not, we can use the
Okay,
backup.
who wants to make the D20 roll?
Not me.
I can try because I've been lucky. So
Okay, make your roll.
okay, 17.
You rolled a 17?
Yes.
So that's a total of 22. Okay. Yeah, Eric does a really good job on his repairs. Okay, let me go ahead and narrate this because basically we're at the end of the adventure now. You guys have done a pretty good job with this one. I had to do some adaptation towards the end, but let's go ahead. Let me read through my notes here. So, I mean, it's Eric had no problem. So he sits in the pilot seat. He places the cracked ignition crystal in the ignition slot very gently, very precisely. And he opens his salvage toolkit, which is part of one of the things comes with him as his class. So he pulls out the tools he needs. He has a real alloy alignment rod, a quartz resonance tuner, a set of micro calibers, a length of copper braid. You can tell Erish is very familiar with this, and not necessarily this exact repair, but he knows how to do it, and he's done similar things. His hands, you remember, are a little burned because remember that happened to him when he disabled the generator. So you see the blisters crack as he works, and there are little blood smears, but Erish is very focused. He pays no attention to the pain. He is, after all, elevated and not entirely human anymore. The fracture line is very visible. It's a hair-thin crack running through the center of the crystal. You see, he pulls out of his repair kit. He pulls out something that looks like a monocular and kind of looks at it, and then does some things, and then looks at it again and does some more things. And after a moment, suddenly, the crystal begins to glow. You hear, all of you in the disc hear a sound almost like someone's tuning a violin, but the Iceborne, you feel vibration through the rill. And you realize that Eric has restored the flow. The crystal begins to hum, not the vague, uncomfortable, slightly dirty feeling hum that you felt at the cabin. No, this is like the lifeblood of the earth itself flowing through the air, invigorating. The crystal glows. And there's still, you see the slightest remnant of the fracture. But you see Eric look up and he's got a smile on his face. He says, I did it. It'll work. We can go home.
Good job, man.
Yeah, this was supposed to be Pedro's big moment. Dude, where are you?
He's only here. He only comes for the onion rings.
Yeah, doggone it. Anyway, dagnabbit. Anyway, so this was going to be his big moment, and he's not even here. So you guys are inside the disc. The disc is warm. The heating is now on. Torbjorn is not. He's laying down. You can tell, Alexa, he's not great. He may have frostbite on his ears, on the tip of his nose.
Well, it doesn't
He's
need
not-
ears or a nose anyway.
There you go. But it's, or maybe they'll take him to the eugenics hall and use him as raw material to turn him into something else. Who knows? So you take him. But he is alive, and you're pretty confident he'll remain so. So Friedrich, basically, you get into the pilot seat. The truth is the Hanebu is designed to be flown under emergency conditions by any qualified Krieger. So you just kind of hit certain buttons and it engages the auto drive. And the disc lifts and it climbs with a low hum. And remember, you have this wonderful view outside that is projected to the inside from the outside of the disc. You see everything fall away below you. The Antarctic plateau unrolls in all directions, white, flat, and endless, with the H.E. Hansen ice front, just that black line on the eastern horizon. You see the remains of where the cabin was. You see the damage to the buildings from all the things that have happened there. You see the pressure ridges. The disc climbs 500 meters, 800 meters, a kilometer. And the disc is now above the surface level winds, and you see the storm in the distance, but it hasn't reached you. You guys have a view of like 50 kilometers in every direction. That's how flat it is here. And you guys head for Base 211. You head home. It's 380 kilometers, so it's about 90 minutes at cruising speed. Because the crystal was repaired and the ship is running normally, cabin temperature rises up to normal. Torbjorn loses all the little signs of hypothermia. He's not well. I mean, after all, he got blasted with a drill ray pistol at one point. But he's alive, and the disc is taking him to Base 211, which he has been calling, you realize now, probably for 40 to 45 years. Whether he really understood or what he was doing, you don't know. Xavier, you are feeling shattered. You've got the data slate. You've done your job, but you feel so good to be heading home because you just feel like somebody picked you up and shook you like a rat.
Yeah. Today was not fun.
Yeah. Petra, you're feeling what you always feel when the combat ends, the sense of quiet coming in. Another battle fought, another battle survived. Erish is just humming, looking at the instruments, making sure everything is continuing to work properly. Not really paying any attention to any of the rest of you, just kind of doing his work. Friedrich, you're effectively flying the ship, although, as you know, the ship is mostly flying itself. And 90 minutes later, about 4.5 hours after you guys headed out, you descend through the overcast and come down on the Hanebu hangar deck. The drive wing of the disc winding down from an active blue of flight mode to the lazy blue of kind of standby mode. And the disc settles on its struts with a soft vril cushion thump. The ramp lowers. The hangar air rushes in, warm, recycled Base 211 air. And there you are. You hear voices and footsteps. The hangar crew rushing to the disc. and seeing you, Friedrich, in the pilot's seat, and somebody says, "Where's Stratman?"
Trotman is dead. We weren't able to recover the body, so someone should go there. We have the coordinates.
So basically, you see one of the lab guys come out with a white coat, and he greets you. And you see people examining the disc. You see people, on base repair staff looking at the cracked crystal, kind of tutting. Oh, this will have to be replaced. Da 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 da. And you guys are taken to a debriefing room. And the debriefing room you're taken to says outside, Herrn Dr. Ilse Richter. And there she is, waiting. While you guys arrive, let me give you an image of Dr. Richter that you can see in the chat channel. There you go. Now, this is obviously you're not outside, but she has this very stern look, and she asks several questions. So, Friedrich, what report do you give to her?
Okay, so I'll explain what happened since the beginning. Well, what happened when we arrived, what we found, the survivor we brought with us, the people that died there, the things that we did there, including destroying the cabin and all that, and all that happened after that. The fact that we found the pilot's body. Okay, so I said I'm not going to withhold any information.
Okay. So Richter just kind of nods her head there at the end, and she just kind of sits there like she's thinking. And she says, "Very well. We have the data slate, of course. Very unfortunate what happened to Stratman. The research team that we send out to investigate the materials will recover his body. As for this old man," she stops for a moment. Yes, we will need to examine him. We will need to examine him closely. You will all need to follow the decontamination protocol, given the circumstances. I'm sure you can understand. All the biological samples you have recovered will also be isolated and examined. She looks down at the data slate on her desk. She says, "In light of the circumstances, I think you did the best that could be expected. I will send my report and state that you can be fully reactivated to your regular status, which is for the best because you are far too clumsy to be one of my research teams. You are dismissed."
Thank you.
And having said you are dismissed, she continues to work on her data slate and pays no more attention to you. You hear the door open, and a white-robed lab assistant, a woman, Iceborne, walks in and says, "Come with me, please." And she leads you out of the science section and back to the section of the station where the Kriegerin regularly operate. And that is the end of Base211, The Signal. So let me give you guys some details. So you did achieve the following goals. You managed to investigate Marta Station, so that's a complete goal. You guys did identify the source of the signal. You did silence the signal. You recovered biological samples, and you returned successfully to Base211. You achieved most of the recover all personnel goal. Obviously, Stratman is dead. Torbjorn is alive, though. However, also his family members were dead. So That one's a partial one. But other than that, you guys did pretty good with this one. Let's see. So let's talk about things that might have gone differently. So there's a number of things that could have happened and could have gone wrong. You would not have failed the mission except by not silencing the signal. If you failed to silence the signal, a Xenolord saucer would have arrived. That would have been bad. Remember when I said that the awakening of the dais was the second worst encounter? This would have been the worst encounter. But that only would have happened if you guys had not silenced the signal, which you certainly managed to do. And there was like a clock. The clock had been ticking from the start of the mission. So when you guys silenced the signal, the clock stopped effectively. So there's another victory condition where you silenced the signal, but you lost party members. Torbjorn's survival was actually part of success conditions because he has knowledge and information that Base211 needs. If he had died, you guys would have lost that. So it's very fortunate, Friedrich, you kept missing because you would have cost your party experience points. So he is alive, however. The 3 are dead. That is unfortunate, but that only costs you experience points for the recover all personnel thing. So for the most part, you guys accomplished most of what you were trying to accomplish. You got what would be called you actually got the total success outcome, right? So the signal was silenced. The Xenolord saucer did not arrive. You did return successfully to Base211 with your samples. Torbjorn was brought back. You guys got both the spore samples and, thanks to Xavier's thinking, got samples of the Vril generator. So High Command is very happy. After having some questions after the first mission, they're very happy with the results of the second one. You guys do hear that Dr. Richter is going to lead an expedition back to study the spore network. Some of the Iceborn who were kind of giving you guys the fisheye after the man was abandoned out on the ice to die of his wounds are happier about this outcome. So there's no longer any questions about your abilities as a group. You do hear questions when you guys describe what happened with Strotman. Everyone seems very confused about it, but when you explain that you think he may have been hypnotized in some way, they drop it because they know weirder things happen. There's a partial success condition where if you left evidence behind, or if you were detected by the saucer because you took too long to do certain victory conditions, there's a partial success condition. But you guys effectively achieved total success and even got some bonus points. So it came out well for you guys. You did a good job. Do you have any questions, any unresolved things, anything you would like to talk about?
So what would we have learned if we had actually succeeded in figuring out where the antenna came from?
It is possible for you to figure it out, but there is no specific award. And the reason why is that's one of the things that Torbjorn, if he lives, can talk about. Now, as to what it was, now your character doesn't know because it's not information he needs to know. It stays within the science section. But he was actually motivated to build it because he knew where Base211 was because of the much earlier visit he and his family hid when the original Operation Thule people investigated his base. That's why they didn't find anyone there. He was hiding. So he saw them and he saw the direction they went in. So he knew something was there and he heard them talking about a Base211 because in addition to speaking Norwegian, he also speaks German. And so then he and his family came out of hiding. Now, it turned out that he had a kind of immunity to the effects of the spores, but his family did not. So they were fully affected, and they ended up down in the cavern while he was still up above. He instinctively was trying to contact Base211. He built the directional antenna.
Oh, and it just took him several decades to do it. Okay.
Well, it took him a while, but the last time anyone had actually taken a close look at the base had been like 44 years before. So, make of that what you will. And he went through periods of time of dormancy where he would go down into the cave and sleep. But again, because of his partial immunity, he wasn't taken over by the spores the way his family was. Now, there was a bonus condition where you guys could have gotten a really nice XP bonus if you had managed to save his wife and children. And there was a chance to do that. The key was to not let the dais awaken. If you guys could have theoretically gotten the family out of the cavern without awakening the dais. And if you managed to do that, you could have saved the wife and children. And if you do that, there's a big XP bonus for it because that fulfills the rescuing personnel condition.
I kind of I thought that you were hinting at that, but it was just one of those things that's like, I don't know which direction he's hinting in. So,
yeah, and there are powers that you could have used that would have made destroying the dais without taking risks easier as the Thule occultist in the party. But it just didn't work out that way.
I was actually expecting it if I did a directed Thule energy blast at it, that it would just absorb it.
Yeah. No, it cannot. So here's how it works. Xenolord technology can drain Vril, but it can't really use Vril. The Xenolords don't know how to use Vril. They just know how to drain it. It's like have you guys seen the anime Darling in the Franxx?
I've heard the name. I don't think I've actually watched it.
Yeah. It's a similar concept, I guess. The idea is that Vril is like the life force of Earth itself in some way. It's this energy below the ground. It's I don't know if you guys have read Bulwer Lytton's The Coming Race. He wasn't a terribly good writer. But it's this kind of concept of the energy. It's this kind of mystical power force. And the Xenolords can drain it. They want it. They crave it. But of course, the effect of them taking it is to reduce whatever world they're on that they take it to a husk. But they can't actually use it the way that you guys can. They can't make use of the Vril energy. All their stuff is built around this weird alien biotechnology. But I will post a session summary so you guys know your awards, your Fleisch Ice changes, and what it is your PCs know. So I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. If you do have any other questions, just shout them out in channel and let me know. And I'll get your session summaries posted, and then I guess I'll need to decide when the next time is that I can run the game for you guys. Hopefully next Saturday. But I've got to come up with an adventure idea. My first two adventure ideas have been used up, and one of them ran 2 sessions, which I wasn't really expecting. But I haven't had time to come up with anything else. Anything else, guys?
No.
Okay. Well, again, I hope you all had a good time, and I'll see you next Saturday. Have a good one.
And tomorrow.
Or
And tomorrow.
our
Yep.
case.
Tomorrow at 3:30 my time, and I think 7:30, 8 o'clock something your time.
8:30. Yeah.
8:30. Yep. Yeah, because you guys end up staying up late on Sundays.
Yeah, we're in Portugal.
Yeah. Alrighty. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah, you
Bye bye.
too.
Okay.